Hi you guys, welcome or welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, hey girl, hey boy, hey. Make sure you're subscribed to be part of the family. Before we get into today's video, which is going to be a sit down Q&A, I do want to introduce today's sponsor for the video, which is HelloFresh. This is the delicious meal that I was able to prepare today from HelloFresh. I want to thank them for sponsoring today's video. I love working with HelloFresh because it just makes my life so easy in the kitchen. They send pre-portioned ingredients right to your door that are fresh to avoid the hassle of grocery shopping and wasting food. One of my favorite things with them is just how simple it is to prepare their delicious meals. And they turn out so flavorful, so delicious each time without having to spend forever in the kitchen. They're quick and easy, they're delicious, they save me a trip from the grocery store. When you receive the HelloFresh box, everything is very well put together. They make sure you receive your ingredients in a great temperature for everything to be preserved. I love the whole shipping process. In this box that I received, I had 3 different meals and they're all delicious. You get a detailed recipe sheet that goes over all of the steps for you. A lot of times they're 20 to 30 minute meals. Some of them you can just pop in the oven, or just in little to no time your food will be ready. The meal that I cooked today is the silky Sicilian penne. It's tossed with zucchini, mushroom, and tomatoes. With HelloFresh, living healthy is a lot easier. They have so many meals from low-calorie, carb-smart, vegetarian, pescatarian options. There's an option for everyone. Plus, every recipe is packed with fresh produce sourced directly from farmers. You really can't beat how effortless and how much time you can save with HelloFresh meals. It cuts out stressful meal planning and prepping so you can enjoy cooking and get dinner on the table in just about 30 minutes. For me, that helps a lot because getting off from work and having a really busy schedule, I'm all about easy, quick, and delicious meals I can pop in the oven or that'll be just ready in 20 to 30 minutes. There's less prepping for you and less wasted food. That helps me a lot because cooking for one, I don't have to worry about wasted food. And if I have a little bit of leftover, it's right for my next day. You can also choose meals for 2, for 4, or larger families. They have all the options for you. Is super flexible and fits your lifestyle. You can easily change your delivery days or food preferences, or you can skip a week whenever you need to. HelloFresh also gives back to the community, which is another reason why I love working with them. They've donated over 4 million meals to charity in 2020, and they're continuing to step up their food donations. No, I can't leave you guys hanging. You have a chance to actually try these delicious meals yourself. Go to HelloFresh.com and use my code Tajah14 to get 14 free meals, including free shipping. You guys will have so many delicious options to choose from. Thank me later. This is so delicious. It's so flavorful. So tasty. Literally took no time. We got some veggies in here, Parmesan cheese, some penne, some mushroom. Girl, I know y'all want to buy it. Don't miss out on this and be able to enjoy all of this goodness. Woo, it is hot out here, girl. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to film a sip and chit chat with me dental hygiene edition. Okay, like, I'm bringing these series back on my channel and I'm so excited for it. I'm outside on my patio right now just catching a little vibe. I'm not sure how this audio is going to turn out, but we're just gonna hope for the best. I've asked you guys on Instagram to throw some questions at me, dental hygiene edition, and I wanted to come on here and just be as transparent as possible. If you're new to this channel, Girl, where have you been? I am a registered dental hygienist. I've been a dental hygienist now for, oh my God, what will be soon 4 years. I went to school in North Carolina. I went to a community college called FTCC. And after graduation, I worked in North Carolina. I was working in a corporate office for about 3 years before I relocated and moved to Atlanta, Georgia. And I am now practicing dental hygiene here in Georgia as well. And oh Lord, it's been great so far. Some of y'all have followed my journey on how I found my job and what I went through finding a job. When it comes to interview process, finding the best office, working interviews, just pros and cons, because it's different everywhere you go, and it's very important that you find the best fit for you. I'm always telling y'all not to settle in anything in life, let alone a job, because if you're spending most of your time there, you want to make sure it's a good space, a good fit for you. So that's that. I finally found an office that I really like, and I've been practicing there for almost 4 months. I honestly love it. I love everything about my office. It's different. Dental hygiene here is different from how it was in North Carolina. Okay, so here's a very interesting question that I get asked a lot, and I'm not 100% sure if I've covered this before, so I'm going to go ahead and answer it here because that is an actual great question, and a lot of people that are going into dental hygiene might not know. She asked, would you recommend becoming a dental assistant before dental hygiene, before being a dental hygienist? And the simple answer to that, for me personally, not necessarily. If you want to become a dental assistant and that's just what you want to do, that's what you enjoy more, then by all means, like, definitely go for it. I know some dental assistants that love what they do, and they love the specialty of working with a doctor. They love to do surgeries, they love, you know, implants, they love to get in and do that, but they don't see themselves necessarily being a dental hygienist, and vice versa. So if that is the thing that you want to do, you want to be a dental assistant right now, then go for it. But if your ultimate goal is to be a dental hygienist, then just go straight into dental hygiene. You know, why go through a 1-year program, a 2-year program in dental assistant just to go back to school and do dental hygiene when you can just go straight into dental hygiene? I say this all the time. After I took my prerequisites, I jumped straight into dental hygiene. Y'all, let me tell you, I was one of those dental hygiene students that was clueless about every single thing that came with teeth. I didn't know what an x-ray was. I didn't know teeth numbers. I mean, I know most people don't know teeth numbers unless you go to school. I had no clue about the dental field. Also, even if whether you're a dental assistant or not, dental hygiene school is a whole different ball game. I remember when we started the program, our instructor was like, if you're a dental assistant, forget everything you know. You are starting from scratch. If you want to be a dental hygienist, I say go straight for it. Do not waste time. Don't sit around doing this and that. Now, I know some people that just can't commit to the dental hygiene program right now, whether that is finances, with time, with having kids and family, because dental hygiene is a full-time thing. You got to be dedicated for those whole 2 years. So if that is your case and you can be a dental assistant in the meantime, you just want to get your feet wet in the dental field, definitely go for it. You'll still get that experience. You'll still get involved in the dental field, then okay. But if you're ready to go to school and you want to be a dental hygienist, go straight for it. You do not have to be a dental assistant first. So I hope that answered your question thoroughly, my love. I just graduated school and I'm so nervous to start working. Any tips or advice? Love you. Take it a day at a time and don't be too hard on yourself. Literally everyone had to walk your shoes straight out of school. You're in a new environment. You're learning the new system. You will eventually have a routine. You will eventually develop more confidence as you go. Allow yourself to make those small mistakes and just know that it is absolutely okay to do so. I was really hard on myself, I feel like, straight out of school. I felt like I was working with experienced hygienists, and I've always felt like, oh my God, they're so fast. They're doing 30-minute cleanings. They're taking x-rays like that. They're, you know, like I'm running behind. That is absolutely okay. We have our good days and we have our bad days. Those small mistakes are literally what's going to build you up to be an amazing, confident, powerful dental hygienist. Always have that confidence with you. Whether you gotta fake it till you make it, be confident and don't be scared to ask questions and make mistakes. I think it's very important to realize that, listen, I'm new here. So you know how like you're in a new environment and you feel like people might make you feel like, oh my gosh, she's always asking questions. Well, y'all are gonna have to deal with that, because I would rather ask questions to get it right instead of making the craziest mistake and like mess up an equipment or do something I'll regret out of fear of asking. Ask questions, put yourself out there, introduce yourself to people like, hey, I'm the new hygienist here, can you show me around? Like, can you kind of walk me through what you do during an appointment? You gotta understand, school is much different than like reality, the real world. You typically had what, like an hour and a half, 2 hours, sometimes 2 hours and a half with a patient in school, because you got to go through the pre-check, then your instructor checks it after you're cleaning, then you know, there's a lot that goes into a learning process versus when you're doing it. So you go from like 2.5 hour appointments to literally having like 45 minutes for an appointment. We're not even gonna say an hour, because for that hour you have to put in x-rays, breaking down your room, waiting for an exam, the exam happens, cleaning your room for your next patient, even with new patient, like all in 1 hour. I know of hygienists that's been doing hygiene for 20 plus years, they still make mistakes, or they might be running behind with one patient. Like, don't think that there's such thing as like the perfect hygienist, you know what I'm saying? Just be easy on yourself. In my opinion, like, this career has provided so much like financial freedom for me, and also it's not really, I didn't get into hygiene for the finances, for the money, but if we're keeping it real, my life had drastically changed since I became a dental hygienist. Having this career and being able to afford things I never could afford before school, and just being in a financially stable place and being able to help my family. I get asked a lot, you guys, and this is not a question, but I'm gonna go ahead and make it a question. I get asked a lot by you guys that send me DMs, hey Tajah, do you think I should still go to school? I'm 30, I have 2 kids, but I'm thinking that I might be too old for this. And I read this quote. I'm gonna read y'all this quote that literally puts everything. I have decided to bring you guys inside because it is so humid and hot outside. My battery will just not work and stay on. My camera will not stay on. It keeps saying that the internal temperature is too hot to cool it off. So, okay, it's just not too late to go into dental hygiene school. It's not. I think the oldest person in my class when I went to school, she was probably in her 60s. I mean, I'm just keeping it real. She had been a dental assistant for a very long time. And like, she was like so dedicated. It was just inspiring for us. You know, it was like, girl, you got grandbabies and you doing this thing and you doing it well. Like, in my Portia voice, who said that? Don't let nobody make you feel like you are too old, you are too this, and you are too that. It is your rule. It is your journey. As long as you are dedicated and you are ready to put in the work. There is going to be a lot of work. Yes. There is going to be a lot of sacrifices. Absolutely. It is going to be challenging at times and make you want to honestly quit. Yes. But it's that extra step. It's that extra effort. It's the late nights, early mornings. It's the sacrifices that you put in just for 2 years of the actual program. And that's it. I remember I was in school. I was friends with this dental hygiene student. She had graduated before me. She was like a senior dental hygiene, and I was like entry dental hygiene. So when she graduated, she started working, and she sent me a text. She was like, girl, the real world is nothing like school is. Keep pushing, put in that extra step, because it will never be this hard in real life. She's like, they really make it out to be like the worst, the boot camp program. And she's like, trust me, you will not regret it. You will thank yourself, your future self will thank you for what you're doing right now. And that just gave me that extra push. Hi Tajah, I love your videos. I want to get into dental hygiene in Canada, but my math grade is low. I don't know if the system in Canada is different, but personally for me, in the school that I went to, you really didn't need a lot of math. Like, if you hate math or you suck at math, this is the career for you. Okay? The only math, I took math when I was taking my prereqs, and that was like a entry-level math. And then that was it. Like, that was it, you guys. That was it. there really is not much math involved, more so biology. And even our instructors used to say, if you hate math, then you're in the good spot. You're in a good career if you hate math. And I was like, okay, great. Are you able to afford the lifestyle that you live now by being a full-time hygienist? I think it very much depends on the state that you live in and the pay that you're getting. If we take, for example, the pay that I was getting in North Carolina, I am making about double that almost in Georgia. So let's take my pay in North Carolina and what I was making full time. Would I have been able to afford what I have now? That when we talk about the car that I have, the apartment that I'm staying in, and the expenses that I have monthly? Absolutely not. So that's where, you know, my other incomes have definitely helped as well for me having my business. I have YouTube, I invest. And that's what I'm saying, like, y'all never, I feel like anybody out here, if you're into entrepreneurship, always have more than one hustle, always have more than one thing you got going on. I personally feel like that has worked the best for me. You can do it all, my love. You can do it all. We crossing over to California pay. Now, California is expensive too, so I mean, but anybody in California, you have dental hygienists that are making $100K a year or more than that. So you know what I'm saying? It very well depends on where you are. But okay, what are some things that you do or you did to get quicker but still effective in clinic? We're talking about dental hygiene school. Some things that I would do to get more effective would always be to practice. It's kind of like, okay, this is a huge comparison, but it's like a gymnast, you know what I'm saying, that's going to the Olympics. You have to constantly keep practicing. You have to constantly be working out. You have to constantly try to stay proficient at your skills. So it was the same for me. I would always be practicing. We would always work on each other in school. I remember one semester had ended and we went on our break. And I had barely passed a proficiency. And I practiced on my little typodont. We had these little mouth models. Because the hardest thing about dental hygiene school, I'll tell you right now, is the hands-on equipment, what you're doing with the instruments. I was practicing my scaling skills. Girl, when I tell you every single day, I would practice and practice. I had sterilized instruments I would practice on, like my mom, and just practice everything I learned and try to perfect my craft. We went over like a little break, like a 3-week break, and we got back for the next semester. And it felt really great because I had an instructor acknowledge. He was like, you have gotten a lot better in this skill. He's like, whatever you've been doing, definitely keep it up. Because I remember how much I was struggling with it. And that like opened my eyes, like, that's all you gotta do, girl, is literally keep practicing. Now for it to be quick and effective in what I do now, being an actual dental hygienist in the real world, is to just be fast and efficient. I have a 1-hour appointment for new patients and for recare patients. It can get, the most challenging thing for me in my job now is having a brand new patient appointment. They're coming in. When they first check in, they got to fill out paperwork. They're filling out paperwork up front. That's taking about 10 minutes, right? Let's say their appointment was at 3 o'clock. They walk in at 3. By 3:10, that's when they're ready for me to bring them back. I bring them back. I have to take a full mouth series FMX. That's 15 series of x-rays. Okay, in school that took me about an hour to do. Now in the real world, you gotta take that in 10-15 minutes. I take a FMX, I evaluate their gums, I do their cleanings, then I have to be ready for the doctor to come and do an exam. Then I have to be, done at a certain amount of time to get ready for my next patient. That 1-hour window, which is literally like 40 minutes, not even a full hour, is very tight to do everything with that patient. So that's where you have to like be quick and effective. While I'm taking their blood pressure, I'm asking them questions about the medical history. While I'm cleaning their teeth, I'm doing that oral hygiene. Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Otherwise, you're just gonna run behind for the whole day. So you guys, I hate to cut this video super short, but just know that a part 2 will be coming back because I actually have something I have to take care of. Your girl has to go. I have so many questions that y'all have sent over, and I'm gonna go ahead and screenshot them so I can do a part 2 to this. But make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know down below if you would like a part 2. But I just want to tell anybody out here that's aspiring to be a dental hygienist or thinking about it that you can do it, girl. If I did it, so can you. Thank you guys so much for always rocking with me. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And stay tuned for part 2. I love you guys so much, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Mwah.